welcome to card class. It is May, hard to believe, but it is almost June. Crazy. But we have some fun cards to make tonight, and I am super excited. Hope you are too. If you hop on and you have friends that are supposed to be joining us, go ahead and tag them in the chat. There will be an in the feed drawing tonight, so hang out even if you're not making cards with us, so that you can maybe win $10 off of your next order. And if you haven't ordered yet today, there is a flamingo promo going on right now. So if you spend $135 at Creative Memories, then you get to pick either a flamingo bundle, which includes a punch, or a flamingo album. It's a pink album with a little embossed foiled flamingo on the front. Super cute. So you will want to just comment on the chat, and you know what? In order to be entered, I'm just making sure I didn't forget to do something. All right. So secret boxes 1 and 2 are now available to order. So another great thing you can add to your order if you were trying to get to the flamingo promo. I do have to show you, since there is an exclusive Border Maker cartridge in each of the secret boxes. I grabbed the boxes of those to show you what they are, since they're not a secret anymore. Secret boxes have been opened, and I love the second one. It's got to be my favorite secret box ever. All right, so June 3rd next week, project recipe. Those are the pages we're going to be making. We're going to be making that recipe. Very excited about that. And you register at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com, and then you will get a PDF of the recipe, so that you can make it anytime you want. So tune in next Tuesday for that, and then the following Tuesday will be a Techie Tuesday, and you will learn something fun for Artisan 6, trying to keep those shorter. Lunchtime, about a half an hour. None of these announcements. We just get straight into it. Last time there was a microphone glitch, so I ended up having to re-record it immediately after. So that was fun. Let's see. Also, June 12th is the Scrapbook Club. That will be meeting in Port Orange at 6:30. So if you're already signed up, some of you are signed up for the year. There's usually about 15 of us. So if you're not signed up, it's okay. You can register and come on over and make a 2-page spread. Here are the June cards. Look at me getting things done a little early, and that's because my June is pretty psycho, and I just have a ton going on. So I needed to get on top of this early so that I can prep these card kits and get them out to everyone. All right, registration is open for the June 27th and 28th crop. It's a summer road trip crop. The theme is Route 66. We're going to get our scrappy kicks on Route 66, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's at the VFW in Port Orange. And then there's a beginner class on that Saturday at the VFW in Port Orange. So this is your friends that think you're crazy because you scrapbook, or they're like, oh, you still do that? People still do that? Invite them to this. Get them re-excited. Have them come to a beginner class, $10. Or they can bring a friend, and they can both attend for $5. So just $5 each. So if you have any questions on that, give me a shout. Somebody invited a friend, and she ended up signing up, for the whole road trip crop. instead. So it's just $35 for a half table for the crop, and that includes lunch on Saturday. And also you're going to pick when you register either card kit or a page. So we're going to have a lot of fun, as we always do when we get together. All right, so Helen, Georgia, we're coming up to last call on this. Well, I guess not. We still have some time, but Helen, Georgia, this is our second year going. It's going to be a blast. I wish every single one of you could come with us. It is, is that it? Yeah, we're back around. Where's my thanks? I usually have a thanks for, subscribing on YouTube. All right, well, I'm missing a slide, but anyway, if you're watching this later on YouTube or on Facebook, thanks for watching later. And if you're watching live, thanks for watching live. Appreciate everyone. It's a little weird because it feels like a Monday on a Tuesday because some people had off yesterday, and so like it's Tuesday. What? And I know there's a ton of end of school things. So if you're here, and my mom's in the other room, and she subscribes to my card kit, and I was like, Mom, are you gonna, watch and do it live with me? She's like, no, I really prefer to watch the recording so I can pause it. And I know some of you do kind of hang out with me one time through and then go back and fill in the holes, or some of you just hanging out while you work or whatever. So whatever the case, glad you're here. And let me switch my camera here. So this is the June. These are the June cards. So this one, I often get requests for a masculine birthday. It's a little mountain bike, could be masculine or feminine. This one's hello there, love you. Thank you so very much. So these are they're kind of a little outdoor theme. This one says, friend, just wanted to let you know that you're in my thoughts and prayers. And then may find comfort in this difficult time. So I tend to make cards that I need, and so there's one birthday card. The rest are kind of thinking of you and thank you. So probably July will be in July. So I haven't gotten the full confirmation yet, but we have something fun coming in July. An opportunity for us to make our cards at an off-site location. So actually, like earlier in the month, we can make them together in person potentially. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. So this comes in the secret box number 1. It's called Dancing Stars. So it's a knockout border, which means this pattern gets punched out of the paper. And then same with the Rock On, also a knockout. So you get a tiny little guitar and microphone and music and star. So cute. So happy about that. All right, so these are the cards that we're doing tonight. And I said last month that they're going to be kind of like a part 2 to last month's. And I wasn't sure if I was going to separate them by a couple months or just kind of go right to it. And I just decided, you know what? Let's just get these done. So the overall, the artwork, the theme kind of matches to the ones we did last month. And I hope you like them. All right, well, let's get right into it. So this is going to be our first card tonight. Sending warm thoughts for a speedy recovery. I do this every once in a while where I'm like, I'm going to send a card a day. I have so many cards. And if you are on subscription, you are too. And or you have too. But I have double what you have because I have the samples. And then, well, actually, some of you like to buy 2 card kits. But for the most part, I have my sample. And then I make them again with you all on live. So I have 2 sets of all the cards. So I'm trying to get better about sending them out to bring some happiness and joy to other people's lives, because them sitting in a box here is not doing anything. Okay, so my vellum is in the other room. I was using my vellum. Oh, that's a problem. Because we are using vellum again this month. So if you don't have vellum, there's plenty of room to put adhesive kind of in the middle of this page. But I suggest using the vellum adhesive. And all the pieces that you need for this card were sitting right on top of it. I am going to just kind of put some tape here right in the middle where it's going to get covered. I'll probably have to go back later because I don't want to get up and leave, and kind of put some in these corners. And you know, we've talked about it in the past that like some vellum tapes just, like they say they're vellum tape. I know, Anita, thank you for that. I hope you, I know you send your cards out, and I know people enjoy getting them from you for sure. The Creative Memories vellum tape is so nice. All right, so we're going to put this little circle, medallion, whatever you want to call that, kind of in the corner here. So same amount of distance from the top and the left side. And then, if I can pick it up. Oh man, and I brought my tweezers out there too. The tweezers may drive me to get up out of my seat and go into the other room. All right, so you want to position things before you kind of decide where you want. I noticed that I have a lot more space here on the right than on the bottom. I usually like it kind of more similarly spaced, but I don't want my little hummingbird to go off the page. I want to be able to see the words here. I think that looks okay. And then I'm going to pop the little hummingbird feeder kind of right over that. So this little embellishment is not popped up at all, but I am going to use my dimensionals here on the hummingbird feeder and on the hummingbirds themselves. And of course this was originally a little journal box. So this was an embellishment kit from Creative Memories that I repurposed into card kits. And Creative Memories makes some beautiful, has some beautiful artwork, beautiful embellishments. And this one, some of them just kind of called to me, and this was one of them that I decided I had to make into card kits. And there were so many, and you know, I always sit down and kind of lay everything out and see how I would cluster them together. And I, you know, it was too much for one card kit, so had to go two. Now I had this all worked out, and then I went ahead, I should have put the other one down first. Let's see. I'm going to put this one down first. And then this one next. I guess I was trying to get him a little closer to the feeder. That didn't work. So I'm going to add, now I have to add in my purple. I'm going to use purple gems. Now you can wait till the end if you want to see how the colors kind of work out, or you can go for it. You know, go for it now. And that's it. Sending warm thoughts for a speedy recovery. Alrighty. And let's see, what is our next card? So our next card, okay, this is one of those ones that's hard. It's like, really? I've got to make a card out of caterpillars. There was one that Creative Memories, it was like an embellishment that had moths. Do you remember that? And I was like, oh boy, how am I going to do that? All right, so when I look at caterpillars, of course, I think butterflies. So when you open up the card that everything is sitting on, you should have a butterfly inked inside. And so this says, hang in there, the best is yet to come. And then we've got our little caterpillars. And then the butterfly is inside. So you want to grab all the pieces for this card. You want to make sure that you have the right card up. I mean, you want the butterfly down. And we are going to glue down this green background first. Center that on your background, which has already been scored and folded, and then we are going to we are going to tear. Now, we are just going to tear off a tiny amount from each side. Now, if you have a hard time, if you're not a great tearer, you might just want to trim off some and leave it. I kind of liked it because it, to me, because it's like caterpillars, kind of like our paper got a little eaten. Now you could just do like one side, or you could do two sides, or you could leave like the one side straight. This one is a little like, that one got a little carried away. You want to just do like just a tiny little bit. I'm going all in, all the sides. Well, hey Laura, good evening to you. And we are making cards here. Oh boy. That's the fun thing about tearing. Some people, it's just too stressful. They just hate the tearing. And we have Creative Memories. Every once in a while we'll sell like a tearing tool. But that's the fun part about tearing, is that it's not uniform and you just kind of have to go with it. Now, I wanted to take off a little bit more on that side. It was like very straight over here. This side looks very like white caps in the ocean, or it could just look munched. But that was the kind of the look I was looking for, was a munched look. Okay, so since I don't have my vellum with me, I'm going to show you a little trick here. I'm not going to stick that down just yet. Now I did trim off a little bit from this side, and I'm going to do that again. I want it to just be kind of coming out of the side of the card. So I'm going to attach this wreath to the card, and then I can flip it over, and now where I see that the wreath is touching the vellum, that's where I'm applying more adhesive so that you don't see it. Now, if you have the vellum adhesive for your tape runner, then you don't need to worry about that. You can go ahead and put it in the corners. It is, for all intents and purposes, it is pretty like undetectable. All right, now I'm gonna kind of tuck the end of this little branch And I am going to put some dimensionals underneath here, just on the one, kind of the one side. And then have it kind of coming out from this wreath like that. Like so. And then we will just add this little friend down in the bottom with some small dimensionals here, foam squares. And he's just kind of crawling along the paper there. Goodness. And then we're going to add our sentiments that say, hang in there, the best is yet to come. So I guess you'll want to send it to somebody that understands, that will get it. Of course, when they see the butterfly on the inside, hopefully they know that butterflies come from caterpillars. And we are all a work in progress. And change is hard. I am still on the 5 a.m. club. I think this is week 4. I definitely last week, the end of last week, kind of rounded the corner where my body just got up at 4:45. It's amazing because I am not a morning I've never been a morning person. All right. Oh goodness, I couldn't even find this. But I was thinking, it is really hard to stay up when you get up really early. And I've always been a night owl, and I've got the retreat in Lakeland coming up, and I'm usually in the retreat room till midnight and then back in there at 8. And that is going to be hard if I'm getting up at 5. All right, and that is our little caterpillar butterfly card, our little transformation. So maybe send that to someone who's having a hard time. And of course, you can always switch up the sentiments. Some of you avid card makers, you've got your own set of stamps and whatnot. So you might decide to switch some things up, and that's okay too. Some of you might decide to put your card together completely different than how I designed them. All right, so now we're going to go and put down our background for this card. And this one I've stamped happy birthday on here. So I went ahead and stamped that on there for you. Now, you are going to have a much larger piece of ribbon than I have right here. But you might have a piece that's just a little longer. Or we're not going to attach this one because we want to wrap this around. If you have a short piece that does not stretch the length, here's what happened. I went through and I was just, oh yeah, I got plenty of this ribbon. Like I do with ribbon. I do this frequently where I think like, oh yeah, I got plenty of ribbon. I don't know why looking at the side of the ribbon thing, I feel if that's a skill, I don't have it. I am always like, oh yeah, I got plenty. And then I sit down and start making the card and I'm like, oh no, I have run out of this ribbon. However, you can see what I'm doing here. If you have a piece that does not stretch, if you have a piece that stretches the whole way, by all means, just run it down. If you don't, then we're just going to cheat a little bit like this. And had I just thought of that from the get-go, I would have just sent everyone a little piece and we could have all had the same experience. But I think probably most of you have a full-length ribbon. I, of course, gave myself the smallest little piece, as I should, because um, if you have a full piece, then that makes things a lot easier. But it's a good little tip for when you're making cards on your own, that you don't need to run it the full length. All right, so here's what I have now. Looks like it's running the full length, but it's not. And then we want to position it here in the middle, and then we're going to go ahead and fold it around. So let me add some more tape there, and we will position it, and then we're going to wrap it around. So this ribbon is pretty good at sticking to our Creative Memories adhesive. You know, some ribbon just does not want to stick, and I like to even put some on top of it, just so that it sticks well. Oh my land, look at how crooked that is. Oh boy. Just to further explain how tired I'm getting up so early and running, it's essential in Florida with the amount of running that I've been doing for the last couple years to get up early and get it done, because oh my goodness, driving around this afternoon was so hot. But I set a timer for salmon for dinner, and then my husband was like, oh, do you want me to put the salmon in the oven? I mean, my timer had been going for 10 minutes and I never put it in the oven, so I was like, yes please. I had to redo that. All right, so now we're gonna add our sun. Again, you want to kind of get it so that, you know, it's not going off the page. I'm gonna probably tuck over or under this little ribbon here, because I did not pop the sun up on the page. I kind of want it up to the top as far as I can go. There we go. And then we're going to pop up both of the hummingbirds. So they're facing different directions, and I love this card. It's so bright and sunny for a happy birthday. I might need a short nap. Although then I'm afraid I won't be able to sleep. And that's the thing, is when you get up really early, and I know some of you just like that's your natural way. You just get up early, and so this is all new to me. But I'm afraid if I nap, then I won't be able to sleep, and then I'll be up late, and then it's a vicious cycle. Then I'm up late, then I can't get up early, and then here we go. That's how we break the cycle. So I try not to nap so that I really want to go to bed early. Okay. All right. And now I've decided to add the yellow on here. Again, you might be waiting until the cards are done to decide where, and you might want to put them in the corners instead. Everyone has their way. Oh, that's what I need to do. Just rest my eyes. That's what I need to do, Anita. All right, so there's our happy hummingbird birthday. I can't wait to mail this one out. It, like I said, it's a very happy card. All right. And then next up we have our hip hip hooray. So this could be fun for a variety of things. It could be hip hip hooray, it's your birthday. It could be hip hip hooray, you graduated. Hip hip hooray. You could be hip hip hooraying people for all kinds of things. And I use my favorite gold metallic cardstock. It's so nice and heavyweight. I love it so much. And this nice textured red paper, which is the perfect color of these raspberries. And so again, stamped in for you on that hip hip hooray. And I'm over to the side. I'm going to trim off a couple of these hanging off. A couple of these pieces hanging off. I'm kind of going there right in the center. And then I'll just snip off just this one little piece. There we go. And then we're going to put our strawberries, and I put the little ladybug one off here to the top, and then they're definitely popped up. I feel like if they're not, they kind of get lost in, and you know, you might feel differently. Some of you I know don't like to pop up anything, and mainly, I've only ever been told I needed to like add extra postage or whatever if I go in to the post office and ask. So don't do that. But if you just throw a stamp on it, although I have heard that, you know, some people have gotten things sent back, but that has never happened to me, where it's been returned for extra postage or anything. And I just kind of overlapped those a little bit. Whoops, apparently I didn't put this foam square on right. It's hanging over. Oh, I can maybe move it. Sloppy foam square application there. All right. And then we're going to, I just love strawberries. I made a big fruit salad this weekend, and we just finished it tonight. I threw it in our salad with the salmon, and that was so yummy. All right, and there's our hip hip hooray. I really tried to find some resin little ladybugs, but I could not find some. So I just stamped on our hip hip hooray, and hip hip hooray. We are done with 4 cards. These cards really go quick. All right, so this one, for a special friend, my sample, the for a special and friend, are a little far away. It's like they don't even know each other. So I moved them closer together for the actual card kits. I think that looks a little better. And let's see. This green seems a little bright. There, you do have 2 options. So if you prefer this darker green, this is some Creative Memories two-tone paper. So if you prefer that, I chose this wow bright green because it is the same green that's on the head of these birds. And so, but it is very bright. I am not going to disagree with anyone if they tell me that this is some bright green paper. I probably would have liked to have found, like, even this, just a little, like, ooh, tone it down just about. Let's not put the words upside down. So it says love, life, thankful, memories. And we are going to trim off just the bottom of this tree. I'm kind of going over to the side so that it overhangs and down a little bit. So I'm going to kind of cut off this bottom section so we won't get all the roots. Now it will fit if you want to keep it all on there, but I am gonna just go with how I originally designed it. I hear a lot of commotion from the other room, so I have a feeling that there was some sort of launch because my husband is really into that. Okay, and then we're going to do our for a special friend about right there. Now I'm going to place on these other birds first, just so I can get everything spaced just right. Okay, so that's easy. You can see I have Hello Spring, so that's what came in this kit, but of course, you know, I don't send many Hello Spring cards out to my friends. Do you? So I thought that this would be a better way to go. And I'm going to use some foam squares here. For these birds. And I'm going to put a couple out on the edge of the branch here, just for support. Okay. And so I didn't end up using the orange. The orange gemstones. And I'm going to use the light green on these, on this one. And then I guess I need to start working on July now that I have June done. I'm going to tuck this one underneath here. All right, they're just like they're sitting in the branches. And I kept these light green ones in these little pockets around the tree. All right. And that is that. Let's take a look at all these. All right. We've got hummingbirds, ladybugs, caterpillars, butterflies, and that is it. We are done. Now the only thing left to do is decide who our lucky winner is tonight. And let me just make sure that we are collecting all right. It's taking a little bit longer than usual. All right, so make sure that you have commented. That is how you will be entered to win. I see that 3 of you have commented, but for some reason it's not showing. So we are going to hop on over. Let's see. Faithful Anita. Sorry, everybody, hold on. All right. So, slow night here on Facebook Live. Oh, all right, good. We got Shelby here last minute. All right, we are getting ready to spin. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad Linda and Shelby chimed in there. Perfect. Is there anybody else hanging out? Don't forget to comment, because we are ready to roll here. I'm going to turn this over to the giveaway here, and we are going to click to spin here and see who our lucky winner is. Hopefully whoever wins is on. And Faith, are you still on? Okay. Hopefully Faith is still on. Faith, yay! I see you're here. Okay. Well, wonderful. Let's get back here. Congratulations, Faith. You are the winner tonight. I will send you some CM credits. And if you are into a flamingo album or a flamingo bundle, then you might want to use your CM credits for that. So congratulations. Thanks everyone for being on there. Sorry I didn't remind everyone to comment, but I'm glad everybody got in there at the end. Thanks for being on here tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed making your cards with me. If you're not a subscriber to the card kits, it's not too late. I also have extras of this month and last month if you are interested in purchasing them. And of course, if you're not a member of the subscription, at the beginning I gave you a sneak peek of next month's, and I also just posted that event on Facebook, so you can see what next month's cards will look like. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Project Recipe for you scrapbookers. Alrighty, have a wonderful night, and until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.